When you do trucking the way I do trucking, you see snow as an opportunity. Let me show you how I made $4,700 in 24 hours after the snowstorm. Remember, in my other video, I told you it's not worth it to be out here in the snow. But after the snowstorm, all bets is off. Let's go. One pick, one drop, 128 miles, ready to go now, $802, $626 a mile. There's literally nothing else to think about. Now, it is possible to get loads like this on any given day, but those loads are usually few and far between. But that's a topic for another day. But for me, what was interesting about this one was that while I was searching, I noticed that this load was just sitting there. I refreshed the load board multiple times to make sure I wasn't tripping, and yep, it's just sitting there, which let me know demand was high and nobody was running. Money time. I get that one delivered. Easy work. Open up the load board, check to see what's going on, and this one pops up. $1,060 to go 211 miles. One pick, two drops, $5 a mile, which is great, and it keeps me moving right away. No time wasted, and also no deadhead, because where I'm dropping off this first load, I'm picking up the second one. This is one of the things I love about Amazon. Deadhead is a hidden cost that all company owners face. And I make the distinction of company owners because it makes the difference. See, most company drivers don't play around in snow because it's just not worth it. You're going to make the same amount in snow that you'll make in regular conditions. I don't knock it. That's the smart play. Now, owner-operators might be interested, but unless the company that they're signed on to or the broker that they're working with that's for that company gives them that work, they can't do much of anything. And I know some owner-operators out there that are getting to it because they have good setups, but a broker or company still has to give them that freight if they want to be aggressive. But if you're like me and you have your trucking authority, you have your MC number, you are a carrier. And that's a pet peeve of mine that I'll get into on another video. You are not an owner-operator if you have your authority. I don't care if you have one truck and you're driving that truck as the owner of your company. Yes, while you are an owner who operates that truck, you are a one-truck carrier. And everything that I'm showing you in this video, you can do too. If you're an owner-operator aspiring to get your authority, get your authority. You're doing the work already. All right, that's enough of my soapbox and back to the video. Got this one delivered, and that brings our running total up to $1,862.77, and that's just off two loads. So at this point, I'm hype. I know it's about to be one of them days. My record day ever in trucking in 24 hours was 5,400. That just happened over this last peak season in December. Before that, my record was 3,600. I was feeling like today was one of them days I was going to go for the record. Moving right along, I grabbed this bad boy. Now, this is more of an everyday kind of load. There was nothing special about this one, but I booked it because it kept me moving. See, like situational football, I see this as situational trucking. Instead of just sitting around waiting for another great load to pop up, I kept moving to make sure I can end up in an area where there's an abundance of great loads. That way I can optimize my time and, most importantly, keep the truck rolling. Got that one delivered, and I'm over $2,700 for the day in practically no time. I'm cooking, and after owning a trucking company for 9 years, I can tell you, you have to take advantage of these days, because outside of peak season, these days are few and far between. Maybe on holidays when nobody else is running, or maybe some upcoming sale like Prime Days, but those days don't hit like this, and that's why you have to be very choosy about what you haul. Like this next load, fourth one of the day, one pick, one drop, Greencastle, PA to the North Jersey rail yard. I'm rolling. Now, Amazon Freight doesn't come without its problems. Anybody would tell you that. And in your case, it may not be ideal to run it, but Amazon is one of the only places where if you catch a hot hand with them, you can make some real money. And in conditions like these, Amazon is always going to be the first to get rolling again, because what Amazon doesn't do is play about operations. Now, after delivering that fourth load, my total's now $38.35, and at this point, I'm starting to get a little tired, and I know I'm going to need some rest soon. In 9 years of trucking, I learned that this is a marathon, not a sprint. Chasing money will have you making really bad decisions, putting yourself and everybody else in danger. In several hours, I've already made what it would have taken me about 3 days to make. Not going to be greedy, just looking to head home. Then I find this one. Almost $600 to go 63 miles. One pick, one drop from the North Jersey rail yard down to Florence, New Jersey. And if you were paying attention, you saw that I just dropped off at the North Jersey rail yard. So picking up there, again, no deadhead. And again, one of the advantages of hauling with Amazon. Now, let me be clear. Hauling Amazon freight isn't just the gold rush I'm making it out to be. You have to be very strategic in trying to work with Amazon. A lot of carriers don't like it because they can't figure out exactly how to make it work. Take this for example. Amazon judges every carrier's performance based on these metrics, and it's hard to maintain. It's actually an art. But the fact of the matter is you won't even be able to see some of the loads that I'm booking if you don't maintain that standard. Amazon has a very high standards and most carriers can't meet it regularly. In later videos, I'm going to go into depth about how to do it. So after dropping this one off, I'm ready to go home. I'm getting close to my weekly average, and at this point, I know this is going to be a great week. And if you're still here and you're wondering, why the hell is he showing us all of this? I promise you it's not to boast or brag about how much I made in a day. In fact, it's actually to show people what's possible out there when you do trucking the right way. When you don't haul cheap freight, when you run your numbers and you know what's profitable for you, you know the market, you can make some really good moves and make some really better money out here. And maybe, just maybe, rates will go up and people will stop taking the bullshit. As I said multiple times, I've been in trucking for 9 years, and I'll be using this channel to share random thoughts, hacks, pro tips, and tools I've learned along the way to maintain my business throughout these years, survive when everyone else is failing, stay above the fray, and be successful. And if this sounds like it's something for you, you already know what to do. Hit that subscribe button, and yeah, I know I said I made $4,700 and only got up to $44. Well, right as I was about to head home and park my truck, I opened up the load board one last time. And what do you know? Found this little shorty that gets me practically to my doorstep. While most people will look past this load because the pay is so low, I booked it because it was only 5 miles away from where I was. And in addition to everything else I had already done, it was a great way to cap off the day. And after watching this video, you're thinking, all right, you had one great day. Whoop-de-doo. That doesn't mean anything. We all had great days if we came out in the snow. And yeah, that might be true. But the thing about me over the years is that I've been consistent. I haven't had drivers running under my carrier for the last 3 years because the market isn't paying enough money to afford drivers for small carriers like me. So it's just been me. But in those 3 years, I've done pretty well consistently. In 2024, I made over $233,000 with Amazon. Mind you, Amazon is not my only client, and that was with one truck. I'm consistently averaged north of $350K each year. In 2025, I made $204,000 with the Amazon. Yes, slightly less than 2024, but that's because I only ran Amazon freight for 8 months out of the year. August through November of last year, I didn't run much of Amazon freight because I took on a new client that had really good paying loads. Let me also point out that this screenshot was taken on January 27th, and as you see, I've already been paid $24,000 with another $3,700 pending. And none of those numbers includes the loads that I've talked about in this video. That's the potential of trucking if you do it the right way. And with that said, it's time to take my ass home. And after getting that last load delivered, my running total is $47,0166. So look, if you found this video helpful, aspirational, or anything, like and subscribe, and also drop questions in the comments. I'll answer those questions in future videos. It'll help me understand what you want to see so that I can give you the informational content that you're looking for. Hope to see you on the next video. Drive safe.